Most artists paint in a palette of their own choosing. For the Goldsmith family of Gilroy, that has meant creating their art and business by using flowers. Tucked back into a picturesque corner off of Hecker Pass, the Goldsmith Seed Company has been creating beauty around the world, one flower at a time, since 1962. Glenn and Jane Goldsmith founded their company 46 years ago with their first crop of snapdragons, petunias, and geraniums. Along the way, they also raised 4 sons, 3 of whom have played a critical role in leading Goldsmiths into becoming one of the premier seed companies, not only in this country, but throughout the world. Their flowers are even on display at Buckingham Palace. Glenn and Jane eventually retired, and Joel Goldsmith, the oldest brother, is now the president and CEO of the company. His younger brothers are both VPs, and while Jim handles the local operations, Richard focuses on the research and development, and he's usually on hand when the company is honored for their philanthropic endeavors. Joel is the real veteran of the operation, and he got his start at the company when he was just 7 years old, cleaning out old greenhouses for his parents and occasionally taking care of plants.
There's been a remarkable number of changes, and there's been changes in the company too. We started in a little greenhouse that we had rented from a local family, and now we've got 59 acres here with 5 or 6 acres of greenhouses and operations all around the world.
Over the years, the Goldsmiths have added plant breeders, technicians, laboratories, greenhouses, and research stations. What first started back in 1962 with a few greenhouses has become a multinational company with farms in Guatemala and business concerns in the Netherlands. Over that time, the Goldsmiths have gained a reputation for consistently breeding and producing some of the very best flower varieties in the world.
You have to cross-pollinate in order to get the products that we sell, which means you have to grow the 2 parent lines, 2 plants, take the pollen from one, use that to pollinate the other one, harvest the seed, clean it, and that's what we sell. That requires a tremendous amount of greenhouse space and a lot of skilled labor. And so we went to Guatemala in 1966. And that operation now is at 3 different locations.
All of the customer service, seed packaging, and seed shipping, and the administrative work is done in Gilroy. The bulk of the Goldsmith business is selling seed to professional greenhouse growers around the globe.
A lot of the work that we do is developing products that are for a professional plant grower. So the consumer's not going to see a Goldsmith packet when they go to their local nursery and get the seed. But what they will find is a plant that has been grown from our seed. And that's the main way that the consumer ends up with the products that we develop.
The main focus of the business is the annual bedding plant flowers, which are planted each spring. Everything you can imagine, from impatiens to petunias, geraniums, and marigolds, along with your potted plants and the ever-popular cyclamens. To get the very best out of their seeds, the plant breeders need a command of genetics, and it also helps to have the soul of an artist.
They have to be able to visualize what the potential is within the genetics that they're working with. Different colors that are possible, different plant habits. This is a good example. This geraniums, which this is, used to have a single spike and then maybe a couple of side flowers. And we had a plant breeder that saw this little mutant plant off to the side, but it had a lot of branches on it, a lot of flower stems coming up. And she thought, maybe that could be something. It wasn't something when she saw it, but she saw the potential.
Patience is the key in the plant breeding business. The average time from the beginning of a new research product to the time something is actually sold on the market is around 7 years. And just like the automakers, Goldsmith is getting ready to unveil their new line. Coming to a local nursery soon next spring, Tiger Eye.
Tiger Eye's new Rudbeckia. Black-eyed Susan is the common name for it. What we do is called hybridization. So it's a hybrid process. We're starting with 2 distinctly different plants that we're cross-pollinating in order to come up with a third. It's much more expensive. You get a much better product, a more consistent product through that process. And Tiger Eye is the first hybrid in that species, in the Rudbeckia, that's been offered into the marketplace.
Since they were first little boys, the Goldsmith brothers have been working the good earth of Gilroy. For a number of years now, they've run the company. However, they've never lost the work ethic that their folks instilled in them so many summers ago.
My parents instilled a tremendous amount of humbleness in us that, you know, we don't consider ourselves any different than any other employee here. That's a tremendous sense of accomplishment on the part of the entire family, is that we consider everybody that work in here as part of an extended family. And it's a lot of fun coming to work.
Monet was inspired by watercolors, while Van Gogh found magic in bold strokes. The Goldsmiths labor in the warm breezes and nurturing sunshine of Gilroy, quietly producing masterpieces for all of us to enjoy.